eli5 is water clear in small amount but blue in large amount. Like in ocean, we see color as light reflected off an object. Water doesn't just reflect, but also refracts, changing the wavelength of light as it gains angular momentum, like the prism on the Pink Floyd record album. As the wavelengths stretch, they blue shift, making the light appear blue. This can be affected by contaminants, as others mentioned, but looking at pure sea ice from an iceberg you can see a much denser block of water that is much more deep blue, despite having zero impurities. So the top comment is correct-ish, but not complete, or accurate enough for a 5-year-old. The reflection of the sky is part of it. Even brown muddy water will look blue at certain angles because of this, and you can actually see the real color of the water if you wear polarized sunglasses which can filter out light reflected off the surface. Water is just a bit reflective. But also, as others have said, water does just also happen to be very slightly blue, the same way tinted glass can be green or brown. It's just pretty faint and not obvious until it's a lot of water. This is the absorption spectrum of water. Note that the absorption is higher in the red than in the blue. This means that the light remaining after passing through water will have more blue left in it than red in LT, and will thus appear blue. Air is clear on small amounts, and blue in large amounts, for the same reason. Rayleigh scattering. The sun emits all wavelengths of light but air molecules get excited and filters for accentuates scatters blue light as that has a much higher wavelength than green or red. Edit: nope. Not Rayleigh scattering. My bad. You should check out this video. It is also important to remember that we don't actually see the world. Our eyes absorb a small portion of the information available to them and our brain construct a model of the world that is helpful for people. Also, for an eli5, check out Beer's law. E28093 Lambert law. Epsilon LC. For water, the absorptivity epsilon is low, but in the ocean, the path length L is huge, so the overall absorbance A is large enough for the blue color to become visible. This is video of a color chart being submerged up to 60 in water. This shows how the other colors red-green are being absorbed by the thicker layers of water above the chart. Open the graphic editing program of your choice, fill an area with a rich blue and set the layer's opacity to 5. Now duplicate that layer again and again. In my test a stack of 64 appeared the same as one layer with 96 opacity. The more and bigger amounts of water that light has to pass through means more of the light's color is changed by the water. Little water means little change to color. A lot of water means a lot of change to color. Get some blue watercolor paints. Put it on a white piece of paper. Put more watercolor. Is the watercolor a darker shade of blue now? It's the same with water, just that water is a very bright shade of blue. Think of it like, small amount of water have few water molecules layers, that's why it doesn't reflect blue much. On the other hand, ocean have large amount of layers that help to reflect recognizable blue color. Sky is blue due to the wavelength of blue color that deviated then reflected. Among the 7 types colors come from sun and crossing the ozone layer. The water reflect the blue color of the sky. An easy to see example is how glass coffee tables are clear but often have green or blue sides. The glass has a slight color and looking through the pane from the side is the thickest part. What is in the water is what makes it that color. Northern California oceans look green to me. Lots of nutrients. Algae. Zooplankton. Clear tropical water has almost no nutrients. The sky looks blue for the same reason that the sea looks blue but the air around you looks clear. You're not walking around through a blue gas Smurf farts. A pond that is clear blue has no life to it. However, if it is completely covered dark and same may apply. Excluding saltwater reefs. You can cut a tomato thin enough that the slices are barely red, more like pink and clear. But the thing as a whole is still red. Adams is not fully correct. Same reason the sky is blue, dude. Anything clear will look blue if you have enough of it.